What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and Dope Living TV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live, let me get my cameras right, are not necessarily views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Hey, man, we're going to have a great show today, okay? This gentleman that's on today, I've known him for a while. And again, I always tell people, you can know somebody. You don't have to talk to him every day, but, you know, the friendship is always going to be there. You know, we are connected, and we're going to stay connected. We've interviewed, we don't do interviews, we have conversations. We've had conversations with actors, actresses. We had the Braves on yesterday from Brave Films, stuntmen, everybody. But we never had the people on here that make them look good, okay? If our guest tonight did not do what he does, they would come on crusty. They would come on ashy. They would come on with all kind of stuff looking bad, okay? These people make these people look good, okay? And I happen to have one of the best at it, okay? My guest tonight is Mr. Marcus Geeter. Now, let me go down the line here, okay? Because I want to make sure I'm saying this right. He calls himself, and he is, the makeup therapist. He's just not a makeup artist. He's a makeup therapist, guys. He's a makeup artist, television and magazine contributor for beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and he has his own show. He's the host of Beauty Therapy Sundays. It's on YouTube. You guys can check it out, okay? Man, look, love this guy. He's a professional, and we're going to learn a lot about the profession as well, okay? Everybody say what's up to my guy, Marcus Geeter.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Marcus?
Thank you for having me on again, Greg, or having me on, I should say.
Man, it is our pleasure to have you on. We needed to close that gap. We had the gap open, okay? We needed to close the gap, and I appreciate you. One of the best at it, okay, Mr. Marcus?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming to the show and hanging out with us, man. We're going to have a conversation, though, bro.
Sure.
We're going to have a conversation.
All right.
Sir. Yes, sir. So I'm going to start it off because my people aren't here yet. So I'm going to start it off. We're going to get right into this, okay? You are a makeup therapist. Why do you call yourself the makeup therapist and not just a regular makeup artist?
Well, it's funny because that was a phrase coined actually by an actual therapist. There was a client that I had who was a therapist, and she was going to so many different events. And so she would come to me almost every Saturday to get her makeup done. And so she would always say, you know, Marcus, you're my therapy. You're like my makeup therapist. So that's how the phrase was coined, really. So I just started, she said, because what we do, and what I tell young people that I mentor, you're really more than a makeup artist. You're actually a friend. You're a therapist. When someone's sitting in your chair, because what we do is very intimate. I'm touching you, you know, I'm physically touching you, and that is a very intimate thing. So people begin sometimes to really open up to you about their lives, you know, and so it's kind of like therapy, you know, and also, you know, I always say, you know, when you look good, you feel good. When you look better, you feel better. So makeup is a sort of therapy.
Okay, that's what's up. So now
Yeah.
we know, because I guess everybody can't be called a therapist though. So
Mhm.
it has to you have to have a special talent in order to get the people to talk to you, right?
Yeah, yeah. You have to be open, but at the same time, when I coach my young people, I said when people tell you things, particularly when you're working with celebrities, you have to keep your mouth shut. You have to learn how to take those things,
Mm,
take those things in, and never mention them again,
there you go. Yeah,
because
you're right.
they have to trust you. So that's a big part of what we do too. So
Okay,
you kind of have to be a vault of information. So this
I
information
get it.
that you're receiving from people, yes, it's their personal business sometimes if they're comfortable enough to share with you, and you have to take that stuff and lock it down. And
There
I
you
think
go.
that's
I get.
one of the reasons that I've lasted probably over 40 years, because I've learned how to do that. you know
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, you're a good guy anyway. So I mean,
well, thank
come on now,
thank you.
come on now. That ain't the only reason you lasted 40 years. You know what you're doing. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so let's go back. Speaking
Okay.
of 40 years, what first inspired you to get into makeup artistry?
I could tell, honestly, Greg, it wasn't something that I intended to do. I think it was something that really happened pretty organically. I was a theater kid, grew up taking dance lessons, piano lessons, voice lessons, all of that, thinking that I wanted to be an actor. Um, but when it was time for me to go to school, go to college, my my dad was a Capricorn, and he was very practical about that money. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was telling him I wanted to go to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City, and he was like, "We gonna do who?" He's like,
I
I
know.
think he was like, I think you might want to rethink that. So at that particular time, when I was getting ready to go to college, it was all about computers. Everybody was talking about was the wave of the future, the whole 9 yards. And so I started out in college as a computer programming major.
Okay.
Realized very quickly that I was analytical, but not in that way. You know what I'm saying? It was like someone was speaking Russian to me. I could not understand the language. So I moved my major to marketing and fashion.
Mhm.
And so that's was my background. But I was also unofficially involved in the theater program. And so I learned theatrical makeup. In summer months, I would take special effects classes and, things about ball caps and all these different things, but not even thinking, I'm going to be a makeup artist. I thought I was going to be a fashion buyer, So what happened was during my senior year of college, a friend of mine was an actress, and she asked me to go along with her to do her makeup for a photographer in Chicago. I went along with her. I met the photographer, and he kept calling me. She also had gone to this department store called Ellis Ayres. It was kind of like Marshall Fields in Indiana.
Right.
And she
Right.
walked through and I had done her makeup. And the woman who was the cosmetic counter manager said, "Your makeup looks so beautiful. You did such a good job." And she goes, "Well, I didn't do it. My friend did it." And she said, "Well, who is this person?" And so she gave her money. She said, "I'd like to talk to him." So I went in, my senior year of college, and the woman hired me as the resident makeup artist for the store. So what I would do is they would make appointments for every line in the store, and so I would help the sales girls sell makeup. So I would go to each counter, do makeovers, go to Mac, not Mac at the time, but Lancome and do makeup, Estee Lauder do makeup. So I would do all these counters, and so I learned a lot from my makeup training, my makeup school training, and also that on hand training because these are normal people. So if I can make normal people look good, you can imagine what I could do with beautiful people, people who have great
Mhm.
features already. So it was actually my training ground. So this photographer that I was working for kept calling. And so I said, okay, this is fun. I'll go do that. And then the next week he would call and say, "Can you do someone else?" And I said, "Sure." And I would go in the city and I would get paid a little fee for doing these people. And I said, "Yeah." And then the next week he would call again. "I have a couple more shoots I'd like you to do." And I said, "Okay." And all of a sudden, once you're in the business, you start meeting people,
Yeah.
and things just started happening. So when I when I graduated from college, I told my dad, I said, I told him what I was doing. My father he was a wonderful man, but very practical. He knew nothing about entertainment, even though he allowed me to play as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But he knew nothing about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, "You got to do what?" And I said, I'm doing makeup now. I want to try to do this, see where it goes. And he couldn't understand. And so he, being the kind person that he was, and confused as he was, he said, "Well, what I will do, do what you feel like you need to do. I'll help you for 6 months," which is really not like my dad. He was really tight with that money. He said, "I'll help you for 6 months," and he goes, "But after that, you're on your own, kid." And so
Wow.
I just hit the ground running. About 4 months in, I felt like I had some momentum, and I went to him, and not that he was giving me money all the time anyway. I said, "Daddy, I don't think I need your help anymore."
That's
And
what's up.
he was looking at me like. And so this is the funny thing. I have to tell you this, and then we can move on.
Mhm.
When my dad was about 93 years old, we had a conversation about my career. He was, of course, incredibly proud. Understood the lingo, understood the language because I had taught him so much over these last 4 years. But he told me this. He goes,
Yeah.
we were talking about my career. He goes, "I have to tell you something." And I said, "What?" He goes, "When you told me you were going to do this, I was terrified for you." And he used the word terrified. I said, "Dad, are you serious?" He goes, "I was
Wow.
terrified." I was thinking, how is my child going to make a living doing that? Because he had no concept of what the business was.
And look at you
So
now. And look at you
yeah,
now.
and he was very proud. He was very proud.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's kind of like how my career started. I always tell people, young people, it's important to have a plan for your life, but it's just as important to be open to things that can happen because
Yeah.
it can change the entire trajectory of your life. And I'm living proof of that because I was open to something else, and it took me in a direction that took me toward the life I was supposed to have.
That's it. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
y'all know we're getting
Yeah.
this master class now, y'all. Feel it. We're getting this master class. Bree says, "You're so awesome. I thought because of my background, I would be the makeup and fashion person." Don't, Bree, it ain't too late.
No, it's not. It's never too late.
Come on, man.
I didn't start television until I was 48 years old.
Wow.
And nobody
Well,
starts in television at 48. You know what I'm saying? Usually.
yeah, you've been
Yeah.
in. But see, the thing is with you, Marcus, they wouldn't have opened the door if you weren't already a professional in your craft. Okay, you already knew what you
I
were doing.
appreciate that. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what's one makeup trend that you wish would just stay back there? You've been in it 40-some years, okay? What's one makeup trend that you wish would just stay in the past?
Greg, I know I'm gonna get dragged for this. But I'm so tired of the wing.
No,
I'm
say
so
that. Please say that.
I'm sorry, y'all. Ladies,
No,
forgive me, but I'm so sick of the wing.
you almost
I
had me
really
stand
am.
up, bruh. You almost had me stand. It should
That is
it
one.
should never have come.
Well, it was a trend from the 60s. It was because what trends always, it's all secular. It's all, it all comes around again, but it's reinvented in a different way. That's what makeup happens in makeup. And that was a trend from the 60s, and that came back. And I always tell people that every trend is not for everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, sometimes you have to augment those trends to fit you. But I tell people all the time, I said, sometimes certain things don't work for you, and you have to be amenable to that.
Marcus, but they still doing that. They need to stop.
Yeah, I'm just tired of seeing it, and sometimes people overdo it, and that's the thing. That's the thing I have an issue with when people overdo things. Yeah, and it's the first thing
Okay,
that
so
I
now y'all
see.
hearing this? All of y'all out there just still doing it. Y'all
Don't
hearing this
drag me,
from a
y'all.
professional.
Don't drag
I'm
me.
not. Look, wait a minute. I'm not dragging you, and y'all better not drag him either. Okay, but I'm just saying. This is a professional saying, "Hey, that needs to kind of calm down a little bit, y'all.
Just a little bit.
Put it back where it belongs.
Yeah. Or let it not be something you do every day.
Or, Marcus,
your makeup should change.
Or do a movie if you want it to be that. Do it. Get with a producer that can do a movie, and then you can do it all day long. do a retro movie. You can do it all day long. Let's do it that way, and that way we won't upset Mr. Geeter here. Okay? Okay, man. Look, if somebody only had 10 minutes to get ready, just 10 minutes to get ready, okay? And I know you've been under some pressure cooker situations, okay?
Yeah.
What's the one step they should never skip?
I would say foundation, because the foundation is the foundation of your makeup. The skin, the clear skin, the even skin is the foundation of everything. I always tell people, if you're unsure, clean always works. So if you're doing simple makeup, foundation, even skin tone, powder, little blush, lip gloss, mascara, brows. You know what I'm saying? So just keep it simple, because simple is always classic and always works.
Keep it simple, y'all. Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Brenda says, I'm so glad I stopped that wing thing years ago.
Hey, Max. Hey, Max, that's my girl.
Okay. What's up, Brenda?
Yeah.
Bella the Don says, good evening, all right? That's my girl.
Hi.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's foundation, guys. All right. I'm telling y'all, this is a masterclass. Y'all better get
even skin. Just even skin. Always even skin. Yeah.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep it clean. Yeah.
So, and we talked about this before the show started. What's the craziest or funniest thing that happened to you while doing somebody's makeup? Now, you told me that's something you can't talk about, so we ain't gonna go there.
Right. We can go there. But I can tell you, I was back in the day, particularly in the 80s, sometimes these young girls that I worked with would not eat. And so I remember doing a young lady's makeup, and I turned my back to her to pick up a brush on the makeup counter, and I turned around and she was sliding out of the chair. She had fainted. And I had to grab her, and kind of slowly ease her to the ground, because she had eaten and she had passed out. That's not funny, but you know what I mean? It was one of those situations that you don't anticipate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I did ask you what the craziest or funniest thing that happened to you.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing. One of the craziest things it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, another young lady passed out on set, and I had to grab her. I was actually on set, and I was behind the photographer, and I could see her gradually going, and I just ran in and grabbed her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you've probably seen a lot going through.
Oh yeah, a lot. Oh, it's drama, everything, but we'll keep that where it is.
I got you. So you travel around and you do your profession, and I'm quite sure that you know when you're going to do your job, you know exactly what you got to have, and you're ready. You open it up and you say, "Hey, sit down, let's go." What product in your kit though is your ride or die that you can't live without?
Right now, it's my Pure HD powder, because it doesn't look like powder.
Okay.
It doesn't look cakey at all. It's so finely milled that when I apply it, you can't even see it. So it sets the makeup, but you can't see it. And particularly when you work with men, you have to be careful with that, because you don't ever want to see makeup on men. So if I'm putting a tiny bit of coverage on a man, and I'm very, very conservative when I'm doing men anyway, and so I would use my Pure HD powder, and you would never know that the man had makeup on. And then when I'm using it for women, of course, women have to have that perfect kind of look most of the time, depending upon if I'm doing a film or whatever, if it's a character or whatever. But that makeup, that powder does not show on camera in any way. And so it's definitely my go-to powder.
Is that my go-to product? Is that something you make, or just something that you know to buy?
It's something I know to buy, and anybody can buy it. It's called Pure HD powder. So
let me ask you: you've been in this for a while.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a product of your own?
It's so funny, Greg. So many people have asked me that. Marcus, are you going to start your own makeup line?
Yeah.
I thought about it for a short period of time, but then I realized, thought about it several times in my career, honestly. But then I realized it's not something I'm really interested in. It's not.
Marcus,
It's just not. I don't know why.
Do you know, because you're well known, do you know that if you put a product out, it's going to sell?
That's what everybody tells me, but I guess I don't have the interest or the temperament to do that. I just don't have that kind of interest. I prefer to be behind the scenes, sort of, in the business in the capacity that I am now. It's just not an interest of mine. Maybe, I'm 102 years old now, so I don't know how much longer, but, but maybe at some point in the future, I might say, maybe I'll do a signature lip gloss or something, but, right now, honestly, Greg, it's not on my radar.
Okay.
It's just not,
In God's time, okay? Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta do what you feel when
Absolutely.
you feel it.
Absolutely.
Bree says, "Oh my God, I worked with a lot of what they call important folks because I've been with my cousin through Push. I have seen and handled lots of situations. I can imagine there's a lot of situations that people in your profession do come across. Bree says, do it. Just do it.
Yeah, the thing about being a professional makeup artist is that you have to be a chameleon. So you have to walk in and immediately assess the room, the makeup room, how it feels. So if the makeup room is lively and fun, you are lively and fun.
There you go.
If you walk into the makeup room and it's quiet and demure, then you're quiet and demure. So you have to be a chameleon. You have to change with each job. Each job is different. Each client is different. Every need is different. Every situation is different. So you have to be able to blend into that situation flawlessly within seconds. Just walk in, assess the energy, and become that.
Unconventional occupation, and we getting a master class, y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody say what's up to my partner Mo. What's going on, Mo?
What's going
Hey,
on?
Mo.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Mo,
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
You have missed 20 minutes of pure magic, bro.
Look, I had some things to do, and I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. I got this. No problem. All right. We are talking with Marcus Geeter, everybody. He's a makeup therapist. All right. He's also a makeup art. Well, I'm putting them both in different categories, but a makeup artist, a television magazine contributor for beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. And he has his own show. It's called Beauty Therapy Sundays. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's on YouTube. All right. But we've had an interesting conversation, Mo, about how he came to do this, and a lot of different nuances that go on with a professional makeup artist. And I keep stressing the word professional because there's a lot of people out there that call themselves makeup artists.
Yeah. No, they're just slinging.
Yeah. They're just slinging powder.
Come on, Marcus. Do I need to finish my statement?
I think when I started in the business, we were these secret creatures behind the scenes. We're talking about over 40 years ago, right? So we were these secret creatures that were behind the scenes that came out and made people look beautiful and then disappear. Now we're in the Instagram age and the TikTok age. So everybody's a makeup artist. You know what I mean? So everybody's a makeup artist with no training.
And it shows. Okay, it shows the no training, okay? Because I don't know how many times I have seen Ronald McDonald, Bozo the Clown. I don't know how many times I have seen them, okay? I'm snatched, okay? No, you're not. Okay, somebody snatched. Marcus, I ain't gonna get started because I can't go in, okay?
Trust me, I know.
That's why I keep Mo, because Mo calms me down, okay? What were you saying, Mo? I'm sorry.
No, I said my wife's a designer, so I know I know you. I know they got them slingers out there. They just throw it on.
Dude.
Come on, hurry up,
Oh
hurry up.
yeah, yeah,
Read them up and throw them out.
It's a crime, okay? I think it's just like bootlegging DVDs and CDs back in the day, okay?
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't try to
Yeah.
bootleg this game. You can't do it, okay? And then you put
No.
it on Instagram, like Marcus said. You put it on Facebook and be like, and then Marcus, they do the 360 with it, okay? And I'm like, stop, stop.
Yeah.
Stop at the nose, Pinocchio. Stop.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things behind it. You have to know color theory behind makeup, skin tone. How do you choose makeup according to someone's skin tone? Do you know what skin tones are? You know, there are so many things that, you know, these young people don't know and don't understand. And so I would say training is so important.
So let me ask you this too, Marcus, and I didn't ask you this earlier, but because I've done television for a while, okay, and I know that the cameras have changed now, okay? Did you have to adjust
HD?
the makeup?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I was talking about, the HD powder.
Yeah.
And remember, before when we did television, everybody sort of looked a little, I should say, filtered, a little, you know what I'm saying? But now everything is very HD. So you can't do makeup the way we did 40 years ago, 30 years, or even 20 years ago. We can't do it the same way. You know, makeup has evolved, and so our techniques had to evolve as well.
Absolutely. And Mo, we did ask him about his ride or die. That's what we're talking about at HD. If you could do makeup for any celebrity, Marcus, I know you've done a lot, but past or present, who would it be and why?
You know, I have to tell you, I almost did her. And I was it was one of the times I was very disappointed. Do you know who I almost did? Who I got requested to do? She's no longer with us. Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh.
Oh, really?
The diva.
Oh, wow.
The legend.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
She was coming in Chicago for an AIDS benefit. And my name was on the list of artists. And so I guess she saw my work and she approved me to be her artist. And then, but unfortunately she got sick and wasn't able to come in, you know? So I was like, oh my God, you know what that would mean just to have, and I mean, you guys, before I studied every picture I could find of her before that time, I was like, find any picture I could find of her. I'm studying her and studying her makeup. You know, because she was very specific, you know, in her style. You know what I'm saying? Very specific in her look. Yeah.
She was a beautiful woman.
And I wanted to rise to that occasion. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
But you did. I mean, regardless, you know, rest in peace, Elizabeth Taylor. But you did. Yeah. Anyway, man, you are out there, and you've been doing this for decades. All right.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand. Okay. Again, Mo, this is one of those unconventional occupations that we talk about.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And you know that's so strange because you know you think about all the professions that depend on what you do. You know, everybody from the regular old commercial to a star having to just go out on the street.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to get to it right away. You know.
Yeah, and I don't. Honestly, you guys, I don't take it lightly. That I'm still in this business, still relevant in this business. I don't take that lightly. I know that I'm really blessed. Of course I have a certain level of skill, but at the same time, it's a blessing to be able to still do what I love.
And that's rare for a lot of people out there in the industry. That's rare. Yeah. I know this industry, and I know.
Yeah, I survived.
Man, yeah. Well, you thrived.
But you also have to learn how to reinvent. You have to be. I tell my young people all the time. These young people I mentor, you have to build a career. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to build. Where am I going? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to be 10 years from now? How do I get there? You always have to think about how you're going to reinvent yourself. I mean, I started out as a makeup artist, became a regular beauty and grooming, contributor for a major TV station for 8 years. I was, a beauty editor for, an upstart magazine. So these are building blocks. So you always want to make sure that you're open and you're building. Some of these young people that I mentor, they said, well, Patrick, I want to be a celebrity makeup artist. I said, that's not what you want to be. And then they kind of look at me and they said, well, why would you say that? I said, because number one, you need to have a rounded career. You want to be able to do print, film, television, red carpet events. You want to teach makeup lessons. You want to be able to do everything. I said, do you know how many people you have to paint to be able to pay your mortgage, your car note, your insurance? I mean, all of these things that you have to do to support yourself. I said, and also, yeah, of course you want, celebrities to be a component of your career. I mean, I have my entire career, but that has not been my entire career because number one, no shade to the celebrities, but celebrities can be fickle. So if you're working for a celebrity and the next shiny thing comes along and says, oh, I want to try that, then now you have no income.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then they look at me very scared. I said, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to prepare you.
Well, like we say, Marcus, you got to have a love for what you do to be successful.
You do.
So sometimes you got to work for free just to let them know what you do.
Yeah, I did a lot of things for free. When I started, I want my coin now. When I started, I was like, Greg, I'm gonna get my coin now. But you know what? But yeah,
you was good.
Yeah, but you start out, you have to do those things because number one, you need the experience. Yeah, and you need the hours behind the craft in order to become accomplished in that craft. So we all do. We do what we have to do what we want to do.
At what point, Marcus, did you know that you made it?
Oh gosh, at what point did I know that I made it? It was probably maybe. I think we all kind of. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. I'm just going to talk about me. Sometimes, I suffer from imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? Because sometimes things happen. And now I understand that I deserve every room I'm in. I know that. I know that now. You know what I mean? Every room that I'm in, I've earned being in that room. But I think probably 10 years in, I thought, oh, okay, this is really becoming a career. Because in the back of my mind, I was always thinking I was going to be that fashion buyer. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized this is what I'm supposed to be doing. There was a time in my career that I thought what I did was very trivial. I didn't think it was important, because I had a lot of friends who were professionals on the other side, doctors. They were, attorneys and all, people who have, quote unquote, we think important jobs. But I had this incident. Your mother called me and told me that her daughter was getting married. But she had been in a terrible car accident and her face went through the windshield of the car. Oh. So she had a lot of scars on her face. And she said, if there's anything that you could do to just kind of help make her look, nice for her wedding, she's very upset. She's very self-conscious about the scars, and she's just not a happy person right now. I said, I will try to do that. And so I went to their home, drove to their home, brought my stuff, and I was thinking, I have to think of this more in a theatrical makeup way, a special effects way, So I brought some extra tools, spatulas and extra tools that I had. And I spent about an hour and a half on her foundation. I was determined to build those scars up to the surface. Yeah. And when I got done with her, you could barely see them. Her mother burst into tears. Wow. And it was that moment, sometimes you have an epiphany. Yep. It was that moment I realized, what I do is important too. And that was life-changing for me.
Wow.
Like I said,
and the way that I saw myself and saw my craft and what I do, the importance of what I do. It made me realize everybody's job is important in the tapestry of everything that we do,
Go ahead, Mo.
I'm just saying that you'll never work a day in your life if you love what you're doing. So
right.
And once you hone in and you find that thing, it's hard to turn away. I mean, me and Greg been probably doing this entertainment stuff forever. Yes. We go back way back. We go 50 years back. So
wow, yes.
And we both what's so crazy is we both kind of started in and we kind of pedaled around in, and then I went one way, he went another way. I was in Texas doing things, and he was back in Michigan and GI doing things, and man, we kind of came back together, and it was like, and it clicked right away.
There you go.
It clicked right away. Both our sons are doing music as well, you know.
That's great. That's great.
But you know what, Marcus? One of the things with Dope Living that I structured was that we, and our mantra is we, when you see it, we take small steps and leave huge footprints, which means that when we walk in the room, nobody really knows who we are. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're not boisterous, we're not arrogant. We walk through the room, we introduce ourselves, we talk to people, let them know about us, who we are. And by the time we leave, we've left huge footprints. Everybody wants us. Okay. That's you. You're not afraid. And I think you've ever, as long as I've known you, you've never been afraid. You've always been assertive. You've always spoke your mind, and you've always gone after what you want. And that's
always
so admirable.
You know what? You know what I say, Greg? I could show you better than I can tell you.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So there have been some naysayers in my career, in parts of my career that thought, that I wasn't going to do something, but I don't, I don't have to argue with you. I just keep moving forward.
Come on.
Yeah.
That part right there. That part right there.
Right.
What am I arguing? What am I arguing with you for? I can.
Why am I wasting that energy? Why am I wasting that energy? I'm saving that energy for me and for what I want to do in my dreams. We
gotta talk. We got to talk about it, okay?
No, we don't.
I'm the person right here, Marcus. Like, you want to get on as far as arguing goes. I don't argue, okay? What you want to go back and forth with me on text messages?
Yeah.
I'm not. Look, I'll text you one time. After that, come see me. Let's talk, okay?
Yeah.
Right?
When I was entering television as a contributor, someone said something really that wasn't nice. And my friend called me and she was so upset, and she was like, I can't believe they said. I said, sweetheart, that has nothing to do with me.
Right. Exactly.
That has everything to do with them. It has nothing to do with me. But I can tell you that's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. Basically, they said I was too old and whatever, and some other mean things but I'm not going to repeat those things. But anyway, about a month later, that same person who said it saw me on television. And said to her, I saw your friend on TV, and I was on TV for 8 years after that. So there you go. Right? Yeah.
Because your haters are still watching you. They're gonna watch you.
Exactly.
What's the hate for? You still support me by watching. What's the hate?
Waste of energy. You give people like that no energy. I always tell my young people that also. You don't give people energy like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
And believe me, we got a lot of haters, but I bet you any money that when I did the music video show, my ratings was up in the sky, okay? Because why? My haters was checking me out. Yeah, man, he can't do this. He can't do. Okay, well, dude, I'm doing it.
Exactly. And something, Greg?
I'm interviewing Marcus Geeter right now.
Okay. And I always tell people are afraid of your light because they don't have any of their own.
Now, Marcus, you're from Gary, right?
I am.
Okay, so
GI.
and I love my city, but that barrel with those crabs at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
That crab mentality, man, where they see somebody coming up and they try to pull you down. Okay, and I know you've gone through that.
I can honestly say though. I can really honestly say my experience growing up in Gary, and I had a lot of wonderful supporters. People really supported me. They really did. I mean, do you remember Chuck Diggins? He hosted a show on that. Was it WLTH? Was it W? Yes. He had me on his show so many times when I was starting my career. He was so wonderful. Bob Costanza at the Gary Post Tribune did so many articles on me. So my experience, Gary really lifted me up.
Okay.
They were very supportive of me. Yeah.
I had a show that was on NBC. I had everything going great, and my city didn't support me like I wanted to, but that doesn't stop me from loving my city and loving the people.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I am not what you want me to be. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be me. I'm always going to be me. And
right. And you should be authentically yourself.
There you go. I love the way that speaks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, Marcus, what's one beauty hack that you swear by?
Beauty hack that I swear by. Well, one thing that I use, particular, and actually I'm going to actually demonstrate it on my show pretty soon. One thing that I use, because makeup artists, our hours could be really, really early sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have to get up at 4:30, or sometimes I have to be on set at 4:30 in the morning. And baby, I'm waking up, I'm looking like Godzilla stepson. You know, baby, I'm looking rough, baby. I don't want to walk in there like, who is that coming up in here looking like that with those puffy eyes? So I will make actually coffee ice cubes. And I would make coffee ice cubes.
Wow.
And I will use that on my I will wash my face, and I will use that all over my face in the morning, because what it does, number one, the cold kind of stimulates the skin, and the caffeine also stimulates the skin and takes down the swelling.
Okay.
I just learned something, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to get some coffee right now. I don't need coffee right now.
Yeah. Diluted ice cubes, coffee ice cubes works amazing. Wow. Yeah, works amazing. Yeah, it's a little trick that you can do. Yeah, particularly for puffiness. Yeah.
I told y'all it's a master class. I told you, this is one of those shows that we can't do a rerun on these. Okay, we can do a repeat. Right, because it's something that I didn't even know that though.
Yeah. So caffeine is a stimulant. It's a stimulant. It helps to take down puffiness. Yeah. It's great for your skin. And you know, it's in a lot of beauty products now. Caffeine is. A lot of under eye creams, they put a caffeine in it now. Yeah.
Because you're flawless, bro. I got this little roller thing. Okay, I put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And just roll it on my
Jade
face.
roller. Yes, exactly.
It don't work though, Marcus. It don't work.
You know, you have to be, the thing about any kind of treatment, particularly any kind of home care treatment, and particularly any kind of home care gadget, is consistency. You have to be very, very consistent with it. I mean, if I took you guys in my bathroom right now, you would say, "Oh, that looks like a science project in there." I have every gadget known to man, every red light, every vibrating machine, all sorts of things up in there. Electro current machines, everything. But you have to be very, very consistent with it. And it's so funny. Sometimes my friends will call me and they'll talk about their husbands. He won't take care of his skin. And could you please tell him? I said, honey, he will, trust me, he won't do what I do. I said, you won't do what I do. So, and you also have to have a very good esthetician. And I do. Alicia Robinson is my esthetician. And I try to see her once. There she's on. Hi, Alicia. I see her on there right now. Yeah. And I try to see her once a month, and that's important too.
Yeah. Well, if I could slow all this hair from growing in my face, while I'm trying to make it smooth, you gotta be all right.
Yeah. So Marcus, let me ask you. And Alicia says hello.
Hi, Alicia. That's the girl.
Okay. So let me ask you now. Now I'm asking for myself now. Okay. So I want to shave this beard off. Okay. But I don't want the bumps.
Okay.
What do I do?
Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to trim it with clippers. Trim it down as far as you can get with the clippers.
Okay.
And then what you can do is you can use, once you get it close to the skin, there's something called a skin buff. I don't know, they used to call it buff puff. You ever seen those before? Yeah. Okay. So soap up your skin really, really well. Use the ones for sensitive skin though. They're regular buff puffs, and they're those buff puffs for sensitive skin. You will want to use the ones for sensitive skin. So take your cleanser, go in round circular motions over the area, that you want to shave, right?
Mhm.
With that buff puff. And what that does, it loosens up the hair. So what happens, particularly with African American men,
Okay.
that hair grows out, but it curls back
Curls
in
back in, yeah.
to the skin. Okay. So when you use the buff puff, what you do is you release that. Okay. And so now when you shave,
You get it off.
it comes off. You get a close shave. It also use a very, very highly moisturizing shaving cream that first into the skin. And also the most important thing, do only one pass.
Ah,
Then rinse, do another pass. Don't keep doing the razor over and over again like that. Keep rinsing and go back only one pass at a time.
Now you know what I use now.
What?
there's
I
where
have
that's where we mess up, Mo.
Oh no, wait, hold on, homie, hold on. I got one of the ball razors, you know, the electric ones.
Yeah, with the 5 balls.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so they have two. They have a real fine brush
Yes.
that exfoliates your skin.
Yes.
You can actually take that and cut everything out. It makes
Exactly.
it super smooth.
Yes, it does. And make sure that you use you can use witch hazel after you're done shaving. Always use some kind of toner. And I like to start men off with something simple, like witch hazel. It's a natural, astringent. Use that with a cotton ball over the areas that you shave, and always apply a moisturizer after that. And that will help you not to get razor burn.
I actually use something from Tommy Bahamas.
Okay. Yeah. Is it an astringent? Is it astringent? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it helps to keep the bumps away.
It does. Absolutely. Yeah.
None of that aqua velvet stuff.
Oh
man, not for your skin, not for my skin.
Greg, you went way back. Talking about that aqua velvet, baby. You took us way back.
I can take you farther back. What's that one?
Sea breeze.
For men and for.
Oh yeah. It was minute. Yeah.
Minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Between
man, I couldn't find. I'm sorry, Mo. What'd you say, Mo? I'm sorry.
I said between that and Brute, we was killing it.
Brute.
Oh, Brute. Oh, yes. Brute by Fabergé, baby.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I actually picked up some aqua velva, man. I didn't even know they still sold it. I picked it up. And
I didn't. I had no idea. Well, okay. Okay.
Go get that Tommy Bahama kit where you got the shaver, your stuff for shaving.
Yeah.
Electric. And then afterwards, when you put it on, you can feel it working. You can
okay, good.
You don't get no razor bumps.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah.
Oh,
that's very good.
You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing after I get through with this, boy.
Why do you want to shave it, Greg? Why do you want to shave it off?
How does it look?
I think it look good. Why do you want to shave it? You just want something new, a new look or something for the fall or what?
This is a new look.
You just didn't wear it like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is a new look. So I've been wearing a beard for like about 3 months, right?
About 3 or 4 months.
Oh.
The ladies like it. I don't know why.
Okay, great. Is it itchy? Do you find it itchy or anything?
When it first started out, he was complaining. He was on there digging in his face.
But they have products specifically for beards now, cleansers and moisturizers, and also oils specifically for beards now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you some things. I'll send you some links. Okay.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Bree said, "Wow, really? I love the beard. Is there something that will care for the beard?" Tim Hester asked the question. Marcus.
Hey Tim, I love Tim. He's a fabulous designer. Designer.
What's up, Tim?
In New York.
Show, Tim. Give me your information. Come on.
He's amazing. He's so talented. You have to have him on. He's amazing.
Because you said so as well. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any tips for hypopigmentation dark spots?
Yes. They're azelaic acid. It's a skincare product from a brand called The Ordinary. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation, so I've been using azelaic acid on that. My dermatologist recommended that I use that. Also, vitamin C serums, great for hyperpigmentation also. The only thing about vitamin C serums, you have to be careful because sometimes they can be a little drying to the skin. Also, You can use a little bit, a natural thing that you can use. You can use a little bit of, like yogurt. It's great for hyperpigmentation. I do a yogurt mask. I will just buy regular Greek yogurt and use it. Just put it all over my face and let it
Are you
set for
serious?
oh yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely a great. It's full of lactic acid. It's a great moisturizer. It helps to fade spots. It's great for your skin. Yeah.
So I guess you don't eat it afterwards, though, right?
Well, no. No, I would recommend that.
Tim says thank you.
Yeah.
Sherry Yvette Withers Banks.
Hey, Sherry, that's my girl. I love Sherry.
Hey, what's up, Sherry?
Yeah. Hey, Sherry.
All right, man. This has been so interesting, Marcus. Man, I knew it was going to be interesting because, again, we hadn't talked in a while. The first time we met, Marcus and I sat down and we talked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, it was an amazing conversation. And again, when I first thought of having someone to close this circle as far as actors, actresses, makeup artists, recording artists, everybody that's in front of a camera, I thought about Marcus so he can explain this is what needs to happen first. All right.
Yeah.
And he did that and more. And again, Mo, this is one of those shows where, damn, it's only an hour. Damn, we need more time. All right. Bree said, is there anything else natural for him to use? Or I guess he's talking about me with the beard, I guess. I don't know.
There's so many natural things. My actually, my YouTube channel is full of natural sort of skincare regimens.
Let's talk about that. He has a YouTube show. He's the host of Beauty Therapy Sundays. Tell us about that.
When I started Beauty Therapy Sundays, what I wanted to do, honestly, I wanted to talk about beauty, but I also wanted to talk about beauty in a realistic way. I think so many times now we see, particularly beauty shows on YouTube, where these people are just piling on all this makeup. That's not really real. That's not realistic for most women. So I wanted to approach makeup from number one, a realistic way. The second thing I wanted to do is I wanted to feed the spirit, because beauty is more than just your face. It's how you feel.
Come on.
So I wanted to feed both things. I wanted to make you feel good and I wanted to make you look good. So that's how Beauty Therapy Sundays came to be. So I always do something at the end of the show called Life Lessons, where I talk about a lesson. I share a lesson that I've learned in my life that has helped me. And hopefully by sharing that lesson, it will ease somebody else's, pain or journey in their life. So that's basically how Beauty Therapy Sundays came about.
Wow. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. You guys support that, okay? Go and check out his YouTube channel and watch the show. I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who's trying to break into the industry today?
The biggest advice a lesson that they need to learn from the beginning, it's not about you. No matter how talented you are or how talented you think you are, it's not about you. It is about what the client's needs are. You are hired to fulfill a fantasy that a director or a casting director or, a creative director has come up with. That's your job. You come in to fulfill that part of the job. So if you come in with that attitude, like I'm coming in to make everybody's job easier, I'm coming in to make that producer who hired me look good, I'm coming in to do a fantastic job. I'm coming in not to be on my phone, because they that hired me to be on my cell phone. They hired me to be on set watching what's going on. So if you come into the job like that, and you come in also with a great attitude, you're going to be the person they call for the next job when they have something else. So it's about building blocks. This business is all about relationships. And to this day, I have clients who have been using me for the same clients have been using me 35 years. Do you know what I say when I leave that job? I say, thank you. I say, thank you so much for calling me. Thank you so much for having me. And, they always say, Marcus, we love you, blah, 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 blah. But I said, you know what? You don't have to call me.
Right.
You chose to call me, but you didn't have to. So you need to learn how to be grateful. I'm grateful for every single call that I get to this day. I don't take anything or anybody for granted because I realize it's not about me. It's about the job. It's about becoming a team player, coming in, doing my job, making everybody around me, making their job much easier, and doing the best job that I can and giving the best product that I can. So that's the lesson that I always tell my young people because, they're all caught up in the Instagram, and the TikTok, they're all caught up in what they perceive this business to be. I tell this business is 95% work, 5% glamour. You know what the glamorous part is? You know what the glamorous part is for me? The finished product. When I see it.
Wow.
Yeah, people don't understand that.
It's a job.
They don't recognize the journey.
Yeah, it's a job.
They see the end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Marcus. Masterclass is closed, yo, guys. If you didn't get the masterclass, you're gonna have to watch it on the repeat.
Yeah.
Sherry says 100% agreed. I know, being a Whitney Houston tribute artist, they're looking for me to give Whitney.
Yes.
Alicia says it's the glamour.
Yeah.
100% job first.
Absolutely.
Man, this has been an amazing conversation, Marcus. Amazing conversation, man. First of all, thank you for coming, hanging out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I so appreciate you asking me to be on, Greg.
It's been a long time, bro. We got to talk more often, man. We got to talk more.
We do. Yeah, and I'm going to send you some information about your beard.
Please do. Man.
Touch it up with the black.
Shut up, dude. I'm not blacking it up. I'm not doing that. I'm the age that I am, and I'm growing.
Hey.
I'm not.
You see my snow too. I got mine too. So.
Hey, I'm not doing it. People keep telling me, put some black on it. Put some black on it. No, I would never do that. It's done. Okay, Mo, what you got? Man?
Oh, dude, this has been so cool. I know you're gonna probably connect us with some more folk to bring us through. Come through here. Give us that masterclass like you're giving us tonight.
Masterclass,
not
bro.
just this part, not just this part, but the part of getting into the business of the business. The business of the business is so much more important than
it is.
Act.
It is.
You understand that thoroughly. That's the reason why you're successful.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, and it's just and one more thing. It's like
take your time.
Simple things like showing people your gratitude. I remember working with an art director on a major project, and I was very grateful to be on this job. And so after the job, I went out, I bought a card, I came home, I wrote her a note in the card expressing my gratitude and thanking her for allowing me to be part of this project, closed the card, put it in an envelope, backed it, put a stamp on it, dropped it at the post office.
Right.
So about 2 weeks later, she booked me on another job. You know what she said? You know what she said to me? She says, Marcus, I have been an art director for 30 years. You are the first talent that ever sent me a thank you card.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I tell these young people now, texts are great, emails are great, but they take no effort.
Impersonal.
Exactly. But when you actually go out and buy a card, write a note in it, put a stamp on it, that takes effort. So just little things like that can make a difference. And listen to what people are saying to you. Don't be interested in not only yourself, be interested in other people too. So sometimes you'll go, I remember going to a job and I told the art director, I said, how's your sister? Is she still teaching? And he said, you remember that? And I said, because I'm listening to what people are saying. I'm interested in more than just myself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because again, this business is about relationships, right?
That's right.
It's building blocks. It's relationship.
You just never know what kind of relationships you can start.
You don't. You don't.
And them listening to you tell your story.
Exactly. Yeah, you're sharing, and people then they're enamored. They actually become invested in you, and you're invested in them. It becomes personal. They want to have you around. And it's important to also be the kind of person that people want around. And that's what I tell my young people, be kind, not for any other reason that you should be kind.
Right.
No matter how talented you are, people have to want to be around you. So, yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Mark, this has been one of the easiest and most informative conversations I've had on this show. And
Thank you.
We are well over 1,000 shows, okay? And man, I'm telling you, this has been one of the easiest conversations we've had to have. It's flowed, okay? And one thing that I know about this man is he's intentional, and he does what he says he's going to do, all right? Tim Hester, come on. Tim Hester says, I really enjoyed this. Tim Hester, give me information, man. Let's talk, okay? I want to get you on here because Marcus told me to get you on here.
He's a wonderful designer,
man,
in New York.
Man, want to talk to you, bro. Most definitely. Yeah. Marcus, appreciate you coming through, man. And
thank you, Greg. Thank you guys so much. We do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, this is Dope Living TV. Tomorrow we got the relationship show. Okay, so now we're going to give you a bunch of relationship advice, and if you use it, you're going to be divorced tomorrow. Okay, you're not going to have a relationship tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. Okay, but anyway. Again, pleasure talking to Mr. Marcus Geeter, makeup therapist. I'm not saying all the rest of it because it's too much to mention. Marcus, how can they get in contact with you?
On Facebook, it's Marcus Geeter Beauty. My YouTube channel is Marcus Geeter, the makeup therapist. TikTok is Marcus Geeter 2. LinkedIn, Marcus Geeter. Fan page, Marcus Geeter. Blue Sky, Marcus Jeter. So it's very easy. This is my name across the board.
So look up Marcus Jeter, okay? Look up
Instagram, Marcus_Jeter.
And,
yeah.
And you know he's real because you can Google him, okay? So, a lot of people say Google me, and I'd be like, I didn't see your name, bro. But yet. Okay? But anyway, man, this is Dope Living TV Live. Thank you so much again, Marcus.
Thank you.
This is Dope Living TV Live. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace out.